Lately, there's been tons of news coverage on properties in Italy that are selling for just $1. Actually, it's more like $1.20 because they're €1 homes, but who's counting cents? Like all things that sound too good to be true, you have to ask, is this for real? Well, I'm here to explain what's really going on with these €1 homes by taking you through my own journey of buying a cheap Italian house. In this video, I'll cover the backstory on €1 homes being sold in Italy, where you can find these deals, and what happened when I went to Italy with a pocket full of ones ready to buy a village. I'll take you along a walkthrough of these properties and show you exactly what $1 gets you in the Sicilian town of Musomelli. I'll even show you the properties that I bought and help you uncover the truth about €1 homes. On this channel, I mostly talk about real estate investing and building passive streams of income. Just like you and most other people, I fantasize about living throughout the world on a non-stop journey of discovery and freedom. If you stay to the end of this video, I'll give you a sneak peek of how the renovations are coming along in my cheap Italian house. So if you're interested in buying real estate in other countries and living out your dreams, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you get the blueprint on how to make your dreams a reality. My name is Carl Pierre, and this is entp Life. Last year, before launching my Killing the American Dream real estate investing program, I went to Italy because my brother sent me an article about houses that are selling for just $1. As a real estate investor and a owner of a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio, building a YouTube channel and all that other jazz, I figured that the worst thing that could come out of this is a 2-week vacation that's tax deductible with a lot of content of Italy. I contacted an agent and set an appointment to see the Euro homes, hopped on a plane, and the rest is history. Talking about history, here's the backstory on why these properties are so cheap. Basically, Italy has been experiencing a lot of immigration over the years. As far as I can remember, immigrants have been leaving Italy, or Italians have been leaving Italy for other countries for educational opportunities and work opportunities. And because of that, you have this shrinking population, especially in some of the smaller rural towns. Even within Italy, the people who are from towns like Musomelli, Sambuca, or regions like Calabria might move to Rome, Milan, where there's more jobs, where there's more educational opportunities. Or even people who are in Sicily that are in like the countryside may move to their big city, Palermo. And it's, again, for jobs, economic opportunity, educational opportunities. And because of that, you have this dwindling of population, this aging of the population, and a lot of these historic homes being just abandoned. Believe it or not, the same is happening in Spain, Portugal, and France, as well as Greece. A lot of these villages and towns that are in the countryside, that used to be vacation homes or just family homes, are just being left behind by the next generation that is in pursuit of life in the city. Some of you may be asking, what is Musomelli like? Musomelli is a small town in rural Sicily, which is more or less in the central of the island. Now, Sicily, the way that they describe it in the United States, which is unfortunate, is the section of Italy that's like the dirt, the dirt that the boot is kicking. But I think it's a gorgeous island, and in its own right, its own subculture of the Italian culture. Musomelli is located about an hour and a half from Palermo, just south of that, and maybe about 45 minutes from the nearest coast, which is going to be in Agrigento. The town itself is a proper town. It has a bank, it has supermarkets, it has a population of over 10,000 people, bars, few things to do, few restaurants, and it's really comfortable for a getaway or just a small village lifestyle. Musomelli is pretty much split into 2 parts, Old Town and New Town. Old Town is where I ended up purchasing real estate and where a lot of the dollar homes are featured. New Town is where the new developments are and where a lot of the people who are originally from Musomelli now live. Those who are living in Musomelli, who want the amenities of air conditioning, modern appliances, modern homes, are looking at Old Town like, well, that's just the old stuff. This is where the new buildings are, and kind of have that local sentiment. And a lot of times people ask, well, why are you buying, these cheap properties if the locals don't want to buy it? Well, probably for the same reason why I want to leave the United States. The United States is cool, but there's other things that are there that are better for me, or maybe because I've been here so long, I want a change of scenery, a change of pace, or I just consider what's local to me to be kind of boring or lame. The people who are buying these €1 homes are people like me, tourists, people from outside of the country, or Italians who may be from that region and considering coming back because they've been living the big city life and they know that it's not as glamorous. When you're in Musomelli, you really feel completely chilled out, relaxed. The pace of life is totally different than being in a big city. Big from New York City, I understand what that feels like, and you do want to retreat every now and then. Now let's tour some of these Euro homes. Okay, so you can see that they're in pretty bad shape. Luckily, you have options. Remember I told you the Italian government is doing whatever they can to build up these communities? Well, they even help you pay to fix it. Let's talk about the super bonus. A few months back, Nicolo from auctionstoitaly.com reached out to me to collaborate on a video. In that video, he and I went on a deep dive of the details of the super bonus tax credit for buying and renovating these homes. If you want to see the full interview, I'm going to insert a link above or below right in the description section. So as far as I understand, the super bonus is a tax credit that's meant to stimulate the economy, stimulate construction work, create jobs, and really incentivize people to take care of their homes in Italy. The super bonus can be as high as 110% of your construction cost, and there's other bonuses that exist for more moderate renovations. The super bonus covers things like improving the structure of your building so that it's earthquake proof, changing out the roof, working on your facades, and depending on the type of work that it is, your tax credit is going to vary. I think the lowest tax credits might be down in like the 20-30% range, and the highest as high as 110%, meaning they pay you to actually get this work done. Now, I didn't use the super bonus to work on my first property because I didn't even know about it. If I did, the facade work that I did on that project could have been covered by the super bonus. Now I'm working with Nicolo so that he could help me sort out the super bonus for my other property, my $5,000 property, so that I can redo that facade and maybe even the roof, and maybe even improve the air conditioning system that's in the home. So we're working on that process now, and as soon as I have more information about how it really works, then I'm also going to be posting that right here on entp Live. So now I'm going to explain what I bought and what I think about the Euro homes in Italy overall. Now, for those of you who haven't been following my journey already, I bought 2 properties in this trip. Now, I didn't buy any of the Euro homes because really they were too far gone for my taste. I like to kind of get in and out of projects. I like projects that really just need to be, I guess, redecorated, redesigned, renovated, but not totally rebuilt. And when I was looking at the price difference between the Euro homes and what they call the superior market, or like the premium listings, I saw that it was going to cost me a lot more to bring the Euro homes to the standard of even the premium properties. For example, a €1 home might have needed $15,000, $20,000 to get it to the point of my €5,000 property. So why would I pay $20,000 to get to the point of my $5,000 property? So I saw that it was better value to purchase one of those homes rather than the €1 homes. That's just my personal opinion. Others have responded that they'd rather buy the €1 homes so that they could completely redo everything to their taste. So it's just a matter of what your philosophy is on approaching renovations in these sort of projects. So my €5,000 home is probably the one that I like the most. It's tiny living, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom property that is right on the corner and closest to the town square. The downside about that property is that, one, it's only 1 bedroom, so it's pretty small, but the roads are a little too narrow to get a car back there. So you're gonna also have to park your car right in the piazza. My other property, which is probably the one that more people would like, is my $12,000 home that's facing the mountains. It has this awesome cliffside view. It has a little like plaza in front of it or parking area that my car could actually get to, park there, and then I converted it into a 2-family home so that I have a studio apartment on the first floor and then a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Now this property could serve as a home for me and my family while we're on vacation, or be split out into 2 units. One unit could be rented on a full-time basis, another unit could be rented on a part-time basis as vacation rentals. The fact that I have 2 units in that one home gives me a lot of options. My smaller $5,000 property is interesting because of how closely it's located to the main square and the fact that it's small. I feel like it was going to take a lot less money to renovate a house like that and really beautify the interior the way that I wanted to. Hopefully it came out the way that I wanted to, because I haven't been managing those properties from Italy. I've actually been managing them from here in the United States, working with my contractor Luca through WhatsApp and so on. So it's a completely different process that I'm used to, because in the States, my team works a lot faster and they have more access to materials. For example, in Musameli, there's not really a strong hardware provider so that you could get a lot of the items that you need if you're doing a full home renovation. So they constantly have to go to the main city, Palermo, to pick up some of the better materials or some of the more diverse materials. Now, would I recommend people go out there and buy Euro homes? Yeah, sure. It depends on what type of person you are. If you're the type of person who wants to go in there and completely redo a home, buy a nightmare property, then absolutely the €1 home is for you. The real cost of buying one of these €1 homes is going to be around $3,000, anywhere between $2,200 and $3,000, just because there's going to be the fees for the notary or the person who's actually like the title agent. That's what we call them in the United States. And there's going to be some fees that need to get paid to the town, etc. Another thing about the €1 homes is that you're signing an agreement to renovate this property, at least make it structurally sound, and make sure that the facade is improved within 2 to 3 years, depending on the municipality. In Musameli, you have 3 years to do so. If not, you get fined or you could have the property taken from you, right? So that's the downside. The €1 price is attractive. It's obviously the marketing tool that gets people interested, but you have to understand that you're not gonna be buying a turnkey, move-in ready €1 home. Rarely is that gonna be the case. There may be someone who says, you know what, I just want this out of my life, put my property on the €1 market, but then they're just selling themselves short, right? So it's actually at the discretion of the seller to participate in the program. A lot of these sellers, they have properties that have been vacant for 2, 3 years, 5 years, even more, where they're paying taxes on it, and you're just like, well, do I really plan on doing something with this property? It was my grandmother's property. Let me just get rid of the bill. Those are the ones that usually end up on the Euro list. The properties that I bought that weren't on the Euro list were still owned by families. One had, actually, my tiny house was for sale by a 90-year-old woman who passed away during the process, and then her grandkids took over the sale. And you know, that's kind of what we were dealing with. Someone who was 90 years old who has a house that's, you know, over 100 kilometers away. Now, the €12,000 home was a family's vacation home, and they just didn't want to keep carrying the expense. The kids got older, they're not traveling to the home anymore, they had no interest in keeping it, so they decided to sell it. Both of these homes, again, were livable. So tell me, what do you think about these €1 homes? Would you go the route of buying the €1 home and completely fixing it yourself? Or would you do what I did, buying one of the premium listings, doing some minor renovations, and getting a property that you could call your vacation rental in Italy? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this installment of the behind the scenes or the real backstory to €1 homes, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.